Hello, my friends. Welcome back to some more Starcraft 1. We finished the Protoss, the Terran, and the Zerg campaigns. Well, Terran, Zerg, Protoss. And so now we're on to the next one. This is the expansion pack. It's called Brood War. And in Brood War, we get some special custom stuff. But before we even get started, before we move, before we do anything, before we spam Zerglings or spam carriers or spam Fog of War Psystorms on infested Terrans or spam Wraiths or spam Scouts or spam Dragoons or mass Marine versus mass Battlecruiser, like a true grot, like a true crime grot, we're gonna smoke some weed, we're gonna drink some coffee, we're going to take a page from the Book of Timothy. We're going to twist our nipples a little bit. Not actually, but special shout out to Timothy for convincing me to play Nuclear Nightmare. I think that was it's pretty good. I honestly, I really enjoy Nuclear Nightmare. I'm definitely coming back to it. It's a little bit hard in the editing because you can run around for like 2 hours and it's not as super interesting, but it does help build the atmosphere. I couldn't believe the way the creature followed me for an hour and a half. Can you believe that? Can you imagine some creature following you for an hour and a half? I thought I'd gotten away from it like 7 times. I couldn't believe it. That thing was hunting my ass. I felt very stalked and very scared. Different from the darkness and the claustrophobia of GTFO. It's a more enhanced dread. So, for those of you who really like first-person shooters, horror first-person shooters, if you liked Dead Space, if you liked Fear, if you liked Silent Hill, if you liked any of those, chances are you'll probably like Nuclear Nightmare, because while it's lower budget and definitely lower population, not just in population of people, but in population of creatures, the creatures are a lot more spread out. Like, they're bad, like the creatures are, like, they're scary, they're bad, they follow you around, they kill you just fine. That's not what I complain about. What I complain about is not seeing that many of them very often. And so, from my perspective, it left a lot to the imagination, which was kind of a good thing, honestly. Not spamming creatures when you want your creatures to be scary and you don't show them off very often. Because I feel like the Forest made that mistake, where they had these really horrific creatures, they had these really horrific caves, they had these really horrific things, but you see too many of them, and so the shock value goes down. Their health was too low, and their speeds were too low, and their hunting behavior was very World of Warcraft creep AoE based. Like I noticed for example, in some of the levels that Markiplier was playing, the creature won't go beyond a certain point, so you can just stand on a rock, and as long as you stand on that rock, you'll be fine. Nuclear Nightmare doesn't seem to have that problem. The creatures will follow you to the end of the bloody earth and beyond. So I was really enjoying the time spent playing that, and I will be coming back to it. But today we're playing this. We're playing Starcraft. The expansion. Protoss campaign, The Stand. The nefarious Zerg overmind has been destroyed, thanks to Tastar crashing the Gantathor into its face, and the Protoss homeworld of Auirs now lies a smoking ruin. As the executor of the remaining Protoss forces, you must now attempt to reunite your beleaguered people and save them from the ravenous Zerg who still roam mindlessly across the blackened fields of Auir. Escape from Auir. Isolated Protoss base on the planet Auir.
Greetings, Executor. Though we all grieve the loss of mighty Tassadar, we must find the resolve to carry on. He sacrificed himself to destroy the Overmind, but many Zerg still rage across our ruined homeworld. Without the Conclave to lead us, or the protection of our great fleets, it seems we must fend for ourselves.
Auirs is correct, Executor. As we have both seen, the Zerg will not halt their rampage until every last one of us is dead. I suggest that we retreat to our last functional warp gate and travel to where the Zerg cannot follow us.
With all due respect, Zeratul, the Protoss do not run from their enemies. Auir is our homeworld. It is here that we shall make our stand.
Just as your Conclave did. They are dead now, Auirs. Dead because they allowed their pride to blind their reason. Only if we learn from their mistakes can we live to avenge them. Now, Executor, I know of a place where we can find solace. It is Shakuras, the secret homeworld of my people, the Dark Templar.
Your people? We would be seen as tyrants to them. Why would they shelter us?
Have I not pledged myself to your cause? Not all beings are as unforgiving as your lamented Conclave, Auirs.
You are right, of course. Executor, Zeratul shall find us passage to the warp gate. After the gate has been secured, Phoenix and the new Creator Artanis shall lead our surviving brethren to Shakuras.
Executor, I am Artanis. Though I have only recently been appointed Praetor, you can trust that I will uphold the honor and traditions of the Templar.
We shall see.
Hey boys, mind if we tag along? I figure heading anywhere's gotta be better than staying here with the Zerg.
Commander Reno, as ever, your assistance is appreciated.
Yeah.
We would be honored if you joined us.
Yeah. Oh yeah, boys. Oh yeah. You see this? You see what's happening? People are shaking hands. People are making deals. People are smiling. People are having a good time. The war is almost over. Terrans and Protoss can almost finally get along and spend their time hating who they're supposed to hate, which is the Zerg, obviously, because Zerg players with their spine rushes and their Baneling drops and their Viper Thor abducts and their Viper Battlecruiser abducts and their Viper Infestor abducts. Come on, guys, we all should be hating on the Zerg. Yeah, sure, they're the coolest looking faction, and yeah, sure, they're the most fun faction to play. But they're the bad guys. We're supposed to be hating the Zerg. So the Terrans and the Protoss, you know, they're starting to cuddle. They're starting to rub noses. They're starting to blink rapidly at each other. They're starting to use mascara to paint little hearts on their eyelids so that they can close their eyes at each other and tell each other that they love each other without saying anything because they just close their eyes. You know, the way that girls put little hearts on their eyelids, you know, like Indiana Jones movie. Come on, everybody knows what the Indiana Jones movies. Come on. Come on, don't try and tell me that. Don't try and tell me you don't know what I'm talking about. Don't try and don't even. Just don't even. Bring Zeratul to the warp gate. Zeratul must live. Oh, see, I love missions where one unit dies, you completely lose. There's nothing better than that.
Your orders, Templar.
Oh my god, Scourge just jump scaring us.
Honor guide me. You address me. I long for combat. For unleashing destroy these Nidus canals, so as to stem the flow of Zerg reinforcements to them. Your orders, Templar. It will be done. Your orders, Templar. So be it. I do this for Auir. So be it. It will be done.
Awaiting instructions. Initiated. Announcing for vengeance.
Your orders, Templar. Your orders, Templar. And Taro Adun. I do this for Auir. So be it. It will be done. So be it. I do this for Auir. It will be done. And Taro Adun. So be it. I do this for Auir. So be it.
I have no memory of this place.
Templar. I do this for Auir. It will be done. I do this for Auir. So be it. It will be done. I do this for Auir. It will be done.
What now calls?
I do this for
I
Auir.
long for combat. Thus I serve.
I do this for Auir.
I am needed for vengeance.
Your orders, Templar. So be it. And Taro Adun. So be it. It will be done. So be it. It will be done. You address me. So be it. So be it. I do this for Auir.
Taro Adun, there is no time to waste. We must join our brethren in battle.
Oh my god. Holy crap.
It will be done. I do this for Auir.
There weren't many survivors of that.
And Taro Adun. So be it. And Taro Adun. I do this for Auir. You address me. And Taro Adun. So be it. I do this for Auir. And Taro Adun. You address me. It will be done. So be it. And Taro Adun. I do this for Auir. It will be done. And Taro Adun. I do this for Auir. So be it. It will be done. I do this for Auir. And Taro Adun. I do this for Auir. So be it. And Taro Adun. So be it. It is good to see more of our brethren on the battlefield. So be it. It will be done. And Taro Adun. I do this for Auir. So be it. And Taro Adun. I do this for Auir. So be it. I do this for ire. So be it. Entaro Adun. I do this for ire. So be it. I do this for ire. So be it. I do this for ire. So be it. I do this for ire. You address me. It will be done. So be it. Entaro Adun. I do this for ire. It will be done. So be it. I do this for ire. It will be done. I do this for ire. So be it. Entaro Adun. I do this for ire.
Zeratul, this is all that remains of our forces in this province. We have found the location of the warp gate, but there is a sizable Zerg force blocking the way. Make use of me.
Oh, I don't have control of that. Okay.
Your orders, Lara.
Damn, my instinct was spot on.
Kas Narada. You address me. So be it.
House.
You address me.
Transmit. I heed thy call. I heed thy call.
Your orders, Templar.
State thy bidding.
Kas Narada. Kas Narada. I do this for ire. It will be done. Entaro Adun.
State thy bidding.
I am needed. Your orders, Templar. Your orders, Templar. Your orders, Templar. You address me. So be it. I do this for ire. Your orders, Templar.
Huh. 2 bonus cells.
Kas Narada.
So I guess I have to go here and down. Down south through whatever madness they have hidden for me there. You'd think that might be a shortcut, but it doesn't go anywhere.
You address me.
Man, the Dragoons got parasited pretty hard.
Kas Narada. Kas Narada. You address me. You address me. Your orders, Templar. I do this for life. Entaro Adun. I do this for life. Entaro Adun. Kas Narada. Kas Narada. You address me. So be it. Entaro Adun,
Honor guide me.
your orders, Templar.
Isar
You address me.
Your thoughts. In your command, I am needed. Mitoga Nagatsu. Power overwhelming. Annihilate. Power overwhelming. Isar Gaokola. For Adun.
Your orders, Templar.
Confirmed.
You address me. Your orders, Templar. Entaro Adun. I do this for Auir. It will be done. I do this for Auir. So be it. I do this for Auir. It will be done. So be it. Entaro Adun.
Make use of me.
You address me. It will be done. Entaro Adun.
The warriors have engaged the
I
enemy.
do this for Auir.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Confirmed.
Kas Naragai. It will be done. Your orders, Templar. Your orders, Templar. Kas Naragai.
Still overwhelming.
You address me.
In your command. Wasting focus.
You address me. You address me. Entaro Adun. Your orders, Templar. I have located the warp gate. We must hurry and evacuate the colonized survivors before the Zerg return.
Don't worry about getting your people through the gate, Executor. Phoenix and I will hang back and protect our flank until everyone is through.
Holy crap. Why didn't I remember that? I thought I was about to do like a base build or something. Units produced 47, units killed basically 200. Here we go, my favorite Protoss planet, the Dunes of Shakuras. Protoss base camp on the planet Shakuras.
Entaro Tassadar, Executor. The survivors from Auir have made it safely through the gate. Yet, amidst the chaos of our retreat, we lost contact with Phoenix and Raynor. I fear that they may have been overrun by the Zerg.
Fear not, Artemis. Phoenix is as stalwart a warrior as I have ever known, and the Terran Raynor has proven himself to be highly resourceful in the past. I for one believe that they made it here safely. But while we wait for word from them, we must reconnoiter the surrounding area and find a suitable location for a more permanent settlement. Once we're situated, we can begin to search for the Dark Templar.
Alright, brothers. We made it. We found the infamous Shakuras Warp Gate. What is Shakuras? What is happening? I thought Starcraft was over. Didn't you kill the Overmind and defeat the Zerg? Well, yes and no. So essentially, they developed what's called an expansion. And that expansion is called Brood War. And that expansion came with extra secret tasty units that were not in the normal game. StarCraft 2 players would look at you and say, lurkers weren't a thing? And the answer is yes, lurkers were not a thing. Lurkers didn't exist yet until a certain year, and then all of a sudden they did, and a lot of people have hated them ever since. I, for one, love them. I think that Zerg without lurkers feels wrong. Like, it doesn't feel right. You have the siege tank, which is deployable. It does a shit ton of damage. You have the Reaver, which, while it doesn't need to be deployed, it definitely needs to be transported because it is so slow that it is not at all economically viable to be able to build Reavers and then destroy everything. It's like Reavers were created to teach us about needing to move artillery with a secondary unit. And I feel like this game was not the first to come up with that as an idea. For example, in Command & Conquer, there was a unit called the Carryall, which used 4 rotor blades. I know I'm starting to get into one of my rants, but I'm busy rolling some joints. So while I roll joints, I'm going to rant, because how am I supposed to smoke joints if I don't have any joints to smoke? And the answer obviously is you don't, because you can't. The Carryall could transport 5 people or 1 vehicle, and that even included the MCV. So it was quite hilarious. One of the most disgusting things you could do in Command & Conquer, for those of you who don't know, for those of you who only play Starcraft and don't know what Command & Conquer is, Command & Conquer is this, it's what the Starcraft 1 engine is based off of. Take away supply cap, take away science fiction, outer space science fiction, and it's Command & Conquer. That's what Starcraft 1 is. Starcraft 1 is basically Command & Conquer. Some of the Command & Conquers that came out before Starcraft 1, you can just see, like, even the cliffs in this game look like the cliffs in Tiberian Sun. And for those of you who never played Tiberian Sun came out about a year before Starcraft did, I think. Or 2 years. Starcraft was 1996, I think, with Nintendo, and 1998 for PC. Command & Conquer was like 1997 or 1996, so it was pretty early. I mean, even when you compare the graphics of Command & Conquer to this, not the remastered, but of just normal Starcraft, you can tell that Starcraft is basically the same engine, but better. And the proof is the cliffs. The way that they did ramps, the way that they did cliffs' edges. They had the same people doing the same things. So essentially, when you look at the cliffs in Age of Empires, and you notice how they look exactly like the cliffs in Age of Empires 2, which look exactly like the Command & Conquer cliffs, which look exactly like the Starcraft cliffs, it's all connected. It's all the sprite engine. It's all the 2-dimensional sprite engine. Using attack ranges and paving to create the illusion of high and low ground, using attack properties and vision properties to induce the illusion of high and low ground. In StarCraft 2, there literally is high and low ground because it's 3D. It uses a 3D engine. It's not the same as the StarCraft engine or the Command & Conquer engine. They all use the illusion that there's cliffs. There's not actually cliffs. It's just sprites that are in the way of your units. You'll notice because your units don't get any bigger on a high or low ground. It's just vision. It's just vision and it's just paving. But it creates the illusion of high and low ground. And that in and of itself is an art. Trying to replicate that is essentially, it's an art. It's an art form. When Command & Conquer came out, there was no way to move the original Command & Conquer. There was no way to move your MCV. Your MCV is basically like your probes. It's like a maximum map-wide range probe combined with a siege tank, in that it needs to siege and unsiege. When it's not sieged, it can move around, and when it's sieged, it can build buildings virtually anywhere. That's what the MCV is. The mobile construction vehicle. The command center for the Terrans takes this idea. the way that the command center can fly, can lift off and fly around. That is a kind of homage to MCVs, because once it lands, it creates SCVs, and then the SCVs build everything. So it's kind of an homage to that in a way, to that same idea of a central vehicle that acts as your primary base, but can move, but can't always move. And that idea has made a lot of Command & Conquer games good or bad, depending on how they do it. For example, the way they did it in Command & Conquer Tiberium Wars 3 was really good, whereas the way they did it in Command & Conquer Tiberium Twilight 4, Command & Conquer 4 Tiberium Twilight, was really bad. Everybody unanimously agrees it's bad. You look at the ratings of Tiberium Wars 3 and you compare them to the ratings of Tiberium Twilight 4, and you'll see the problems. You'll see the issues. There's definitely problems. There's definitely issues. Tiberium Twilight is known as one of the funniest flops in all of history. It's kind of like EA's equivalent to Blizzard's Diablo Immortal as far as flops are concerned. It's a flop. CNC4 was hella flop. It was the biggest, fattest flop. It was like a morbidly obese person diving off a diving board, belly flopping, and then exploding onto the surface of the water. You know, just going blah. You know, that's what it was. It was a flop. It was a flop of grand proportions, and they never really recovered from it. The company kind of vanished. You know, that updates for the game stopped. You know, it died. That game hella died. And why did it die? Because it got the base building wrong. It got the base building wrong. It got the units wrong. It got the control group style wrong. It got the art style wrong. It was just wrong. It was just wrong and bad. And they should feel bad. And that's why it did bad. The reason this game gets an expansion is because the opposite happened. They got everything right. They got the build right. It's old, right? It's dated. But they got the strategy proper. You know, it feels good, the way that everything moves around. The pathfinding is a little bad, you know, it's limited. Micro does make a big difference, though. A moving everywhere is not the answer in this game. It works a lot better in Starcraft 2, because A moving in Starcraft 2, your units are a lot smarter. They have a lot more going on upstairs, you know what I'm saying? They know what direction to run. They know what direction not to run. When they take damage, they know to attack back. When they take damage from 2 units, they'll prioritize the one that has the higher priority, because it has to choose between 2 things. So it will choose based on priority, and so that adds a whole layer cake of what the units in StarCraft 2 will do. Whereas in this game, you'll notice that sometimes units will just sort of sit around and they won't automatically attack the Overlord. They won't automatically attack the Scourge. There's a big delay. And if you micro properly, then that delay is gone. But it's kind of weird. It tastes weird in some battles, and it's some people may not like that. I can respect that. So this game did well. It did financially well. It was like, yeah, we did well with the Nintendo version. We did well with the PC version. Why don't we make an expansion? And so they decided arbitrarily to write new story, to write new lore. And this expansion is the reason StarCraft 2 exists. And a lot of the things that are in StarCraft 2, lurkers, other forms of the storyline data that come back later to haunt us in StarCraft 2, it's all started here. And here it is, the infamous planet Shakuras. The blue planet. Insert your blue planet music here.
They must have taken control of the warp gate on Auir.
What man calls? Thus I serve.
Well, that's wonderful news. Now I cannot lose any of these probes, like at all. Not a single one. Do I care about gas or minerals? Ooh. Difficult decision. We're gonna need a pylon. And then we'll save the rest. Let's go scout. Let's find the ramp. There's always a ramp. They got smarter with map development later. Oh, there's 2 ramps. That's wonderful. Is there another ramp? I feel like there should be. But there isn't? There isn't. It's a high and a low ground and water, I think. Interesting.
I long for combat. She house, honor guide me. She house for Hadun. What man calls? Kaukola. Honor guide me. Kaukola for Hadun.
This is some of my favorite terrain. This was what a lot of the maps that I played were this terrain. I like this terrain. I've always liked the color scheme and I've always liked the style. Oh my god. What the crap?
Glad that you've returned home after these many decades. But the strange guests that have followed you here seem ill-tempered. Well met, my brother. Indeed, these creatures known as the Zerg have no regard for the sanctity of life. Once we have secured this area, I shall tell you everything I know about them in council. I'm sure the matriarch will be eager to hear your tale as well.
Executor, we have received a transmission from Raynor and Phoenix. They are still alive and are fighting to retake the warp gate on Auir. We must secure the gate on this side without delay.
You must construct additional pylons.
He says without delay, but there is no time limit, so you don't actually have to worry. There's no timer, there's no base getting wrecked.
Yes, so be it. For Auir. Very well. Nema. For Auir. So be it.
See, it's funny. In Starcraft, before the expansion for Brood War, the Dark Templar were just a campaign unit that you could use in the campaign. They showed up a couple times, but you couldn't make them. Whereas here, you can make them. They are an expansion unit. A lot of games had expansion units, like for example in Red Alert 2. You had Red Alert 2 normal units, but then you had the Red Alert 2 Auirs Revenge expansion, and the Red Alert 3 versus the Red Alert 3 Upheaval expansion. The expansions added units. That's why everybody liked expansions. More units is always a good thing. It's never a bad thing.
You must construct additional pylons.
And here I thought I had enough pylons.
Yes.
Kinda sucks that I lost the probe.
I long for combat.
Yes.
Oh well. I have a weird feeling they can come from either or.
I long for combat. Yes, she house. I long for combat. Yes, very well.
I think this is enough area so we can just abandon the vast majority of the landmass over there. Focus here, closer to home.
Yes. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. I long for combat. She Auirs. Yes. Emma, I'm waiting. Zadashquina. Very well.
Oh, it is far enough away for 5. That never feels good. Yeah, that always feels bad.
Zadashquina.
It feels like it wouldn't be worth it, but it is. Because once it's done, it will feel good.
I have returned, awaiting instructions. I am needed. Nakatsu.
Yeah, I don't remember this map at all, so
You require more Vespine gas. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Very well. For Auir. I have returned.
Man, it shows a Stargate, but also Reavers? Wow. Just no carriers. Okay.
Yes.
You always want a shuttle. Shuttles are just too good. You have to choose between 2 zealots and a shuttle, you get 2 shuttles. Should always have at least 2. These help with the Zerglings. And then, you go straight back to mining.
You require more Vespine gas.
But the Reavers and the Dragoons were safe. We're not gonna suddenly die to a giant mutable.
For vengeance. You require more Vespine gas.
Kinda want Storm, to be honest.
You require more Vespine gas.
Yeah, we're pretty safe now.
You require more Vespine gas.
Look at that water, eh? That's like water from their billions. That's what that reminds me of. Money? Sugar rocks? Rocks of sugar? Ooh. And some tricksy hydralisks who think they're being sneaky. Yeah, see how expensive they are? In minerals? They're cheaper in gas, but they're more expensive in minerals.
Yes. Zanashkulina. Very well. Neraskulio.
But that 40 damage, it just feels good, you know? Yeah, we definitely get hit from here a lot more than we get hit from up there. We need to migrate soon.
Research complete.
Alright, we weren't paying attention. We're floating way too much resources now.
I long for combat. My life for Auir. Colossus. Receiving. Colossus. My life for Auir. Instructions. I am needed for vengeance. Make use of me. Mitora. Make use of me. Transmit Isaratu.
I guess we're good. Whoa.
Upgrade complete. So be it.
I didn't realize I was competing.
I long for combat. Upgrade complete. Transmitting. What man calls? My life for Auir. Awaiting instructions. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Yes. Very well. For Auir. For Auir. So be it. Very well. For Auir. Nema. So be it. For Auir. Nema. So be it. Very well. Nema. Very well. For Auir. Nema. So be it. Nema. Yes. Yes.
Come on, buddy.
Studio. Nema. Very well. For Auir. Yes. Your thoughts. It shall be done. She house upgrade complete. Me. chaos I serve. Yes. For Auir, I heed thy call.
Not a whole lot of options for expanding. Did I lose my observer? Oh, it's right on top of the shield battery. Okay, alright brothers. Let's go exploring. Sunken, hey? More sunkens? Oop. That's a problem. Is there minerals down there? I will zealot rush the crap out of that if there's zealots. For the minerals? Oh, Billy, there sure is. This just in. We are now addicted to the sugar rocks. The sugar rocks will belong to us. Oh. You can't see me. I'm not here. Shush. Nothing to hear, nothing to see here. How deep can we go in? Oh no.
Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete.
Okay, we're gonna hide here. Get some shields back. Would be nice to do some high Templar drops. Maybe we could get a lucky hit on that over there. I know that there's no real point to flying in and doing this, but my PvP skills tell me that this is the place to do it.
You think as I do.
This will get their aggro eventually. Keeps the attention off my expansion. Yep. Gives me time. Well, we need gas. So, it's official. We are now at war with Purple Zerg. Yeah, Sunkens are not that good against zealots. I think that went pretty well.
You must construct additional pylons. Commencing. Yes. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
No sign of Phoenix or Raynor. They must still be.
You must construct additional pylons. I love combat. There's Julio. Very well, not now, claws. There's Julio. Make use of me. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. My life for Auirs.
Yeah, zealots are good versus zerglings, but dragoons are not.
My life for Auirs.
That kind of hurt. Didn't have enough home.
Upgrade complete. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Steve Diamond. Your thoughts. My path is set. Steve Diamond. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. the enemy.
This is a pretty cheesy way to do this level, honestly. Damn. Yeah, we are doing a little bit of damage here, though.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. My life for hire. Very well. Very for hire. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
As long as you can keep that drone count low, they will keep replacing the drones. And then you don't have to fight as many units.
My life for hire. My life for hire. We must construct additional pilots. Warriors have engaged the enemy. My life for hire. Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete. My life for hire. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. I long for combat. It's all true. I long for combat. My life for hire. warriors have engaged the enemy. Initiated. We are under attack. Construct additional pylons. Now calls. What now calls? Thus I serve. What now calls? You must construct additional pylons. Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Make use of me.
Yeah, we're a little bit more poor. So we're playing a little bit safer. We don't really have to. I just kind of want to. We have enough zealots now. I think we can end it. There is a pretty large power spike once you get 2-2. 2-2's good enough, I think.
I am needed. She house.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Your thoughts.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Honor guide me. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Yeah, see how slow the Reaver is?
Honor guide me.
Executor, my crew and I will remain here on Auirs and shut the gate down on this side. It's the only way to make sure that the Zerg won't send more reinforcements to Shakuris.
You will be hopelessly outnumbered. And once the gate is shut down, there will be no one to save you should you be overrun.
Yeah, well, I'm a man of action. What can I say?
I shall remain with Raider as well, Executor. My duty is to Auir after all.
Farewell then, brave warriors. We will send through all the troops we can spare.
Thanks. You You kids just remember to play nice from now on, okay? Wish us luck.
Oh, so that's Rainer. He popped through just to say hi. Just to say hello. Holy crap, friends. We did it. This level wasn't that easy. They give you a lot of tools, though. So honestly, it feels good. Like, you're not teching up your units again. Like, not having carriers didn't feel that bad. Having reavers and having shuttles felt good. So honestly, I'm kind of pleased with the way this mission went. It was kind of a tasty mission. 34. Sargeras tribe. Sargaz tribe. Oh, the Dark Templar, right. Legacy of the Zelnaga. Main Protoss settlement at New Antioch, Shakuras.
I am Rashagal, matriarch of the Dark Templar, and I welcome you and your companions to our world.
A lady Protoss.
Your has informed me of the fall of Auirs, and I am deeply grieved. I am one of the few Dark Templar old enough to remember our ancestral home with clarity. Yet no matter how tragic the circumstances, it is clear that fortune has reunited our people. We Dark Templar will never forget our banishment from Auir, nor the Conclave's sins against us. But you and your companions are no longer of the Conclave. The example set by your fallen hero, Tassadar, has shown you that when the light and dark sides of our energies are united, our power is undeniable.
But Matriarch, the Zerg who have followed us here are unlike any enemy the Protoss have ever known.
You speak the truth, Judicator. And yet, there lies a dormant power here that can help us to scour the Zerg from Shakuras forever. Long ago, we Dark Templar were a nomadic people. But when we found a remarkable monument upon this world, we decided to remain here to study it. We discovered that the enormous structure is actually an ancient Zelnaga temple, dedicated to the race that sired us all. The temple is situated above a nexus of powerful cosmic energies. If we were to access those energies...
Then we should strike now while the Zerg still muster their forces.
Alas, we cannot. In order to properly channel the energies of the temple, we will need the twin crystals, Urash and Callus, that legends say were separated many ages ago. The Urash is laced with pure Templar energies, while the Callus is comprised of dark Templar energy. Only by using these two crystals in unison can we hope to channel the potent energies of the temple.
Then it is clear that we must retrieve these crystals, wherever they may be.
Agreed. But first, we must deal with the Zerg and their two Cerebrates who have already taken up station around the temple itself. To arms, my children. Scour the temple grounds of this foul infestation.
End of the briefing. Destroy the Zerg Cerebrates. I feel like we've seen that a few times. Destroy the Zerg Cerebrates. Destroy the Zerg Cerebrates. I feel like this is a good place as any to end it on. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey. I hope you're enjoying the single player, the story. Some people may skip it or whatever, but I don't think I should, because that's kind of a big part why I'm here, is to do the story, cover the story in as comedic and honest and natural a way possible. And I feel like we're getting back into the groove, and now that we have our unit types again, it's kind of nice. We can play with the proper units again. No more building up your roster from the ground up. Nobody likes that. You want to be able to make stuff. And the more variety of stuff you can make, the better. In my opinion, anyway. As long as it feels different enough. And that's where I'm going to cut it. Thank you guys. I will be doing another one right now.